What's up guys, XRP charts here with a quick 5-minute update on the XRP charts. Okay, so overnight you can see we got a lovely little spike up here courtesy of BTC. Bitcoin absolutely just tore through the top of this triangle about, what are we, a few hours ago now, and put on about $700, dragging the price of just about everything across the board up as well. We were running in a little short here. I got stopped out about here, and we actually triggered my stop loss buy at 39.8 as well. So I am back in XRP as of there. We've managed to make some pretty decent gains on XRP since we got rid of a lot up here, and also buying a big long-term hold bag down here around the 36 region. So the short, I was waiting for that short just to have one more tiny dip. I was expecting it to get back down around to the 37.4 mark before making some upward movement, but still made some good money, but yeah, probably could have made twice as much if we would have got that secondary dip down there. But it's not too bad. Over this last 10 days we've made some pretty awesome gains, so yeah, just happy to sit in XRP and see how this plays out now. Okay, lots of chatter about, yeah, we're in the bull run, that's fine. Everyone's keen to keep calling that we're in the bull run, but sure, Bitcoin is Bitcoin's having an amazing time at the moment, but I mean, if we have a look on the XRP BTC chart, we can see that any of these gains that are happening across the board are completely related to BTC. So yes, it's nice, it's good to get the green and stuff, but we're still, we're not even above the 55 EMA on the 4-hour on that chart. If we have a look on the daily, and this has been my benchmark for deciding if we're truly in an XRP pump, you can see, I mean, this is when we're in a bull run. This is when we're in a bull run. Even the, it wasn't a complete bull run going up to 80 cents, but it's still a decent run up. It's when we clear above this 55 EMA on the daily. You see we get lots of rejections, lots of times that we come up and get near it. At the moment we couldn't even get anywhere near it, and now we're just dropping back down again. So all this stuff's completely BTC related at the moment. So we've got to keep a close eye on that, because that's the only thing that's dragging us up at the moment. That being said, the best chance that we have for some sustained pumps is when we finally break out of this, let's have a look here, this descending wedge. Right, so this morning when we got the pump, we dropped right out of it, we came back up, and I thought, yes, maybe we're actually going to have a go here, but still within the confines of this descending wedge. So once we break out of that, we might be able to see a little bit more upside, but yeah, we really want to be getting some pretty big green candles in here before we start calling an XRP independent bull run. So we'll keep our eyes on that. What we're looking at the moment, we're just trying to identify, or I'm just trying to identify what pattern we're making now. I like to base a lot of my predictions around the Elliott wave theory. So what we like to see now is probably one or two moves, just so I can see what it's going to look like, where we retrace to, and what sort of patterns we're forming. So there's a couple of options at the moment. Is that we actually start forming some kind of triangle. If we don't go any higher than that, we've got some form of triangle happening in here, so we may just get another ABC down, and then we could retrace back down to our original target. Another one is that we have already completed an ABC here, ABC, which is not very pretty, and then we've started a wave 1, and then wave 2, and wave 3, and then we just keep heading up. What I am favouring at the moment though is this small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up to top of this possible channel. If we do get hit around this mark here, we're sort of at the 618 retracement back up to this level, and then we follow a sort of similar pattern that we've gone here with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the top of the channel. The reason that we use the channels a lot of the time is because of that one-to-one extension. So if we have this move here as an A, B, A, B, C, up to there, we just fill that line in so you can see. It may even be something like that. We sort of get this. If it's in a channel, then we know that the length of these two is going to be pretty close to the same. So that's why we use the channels there. And then what that would form is overall a bigger A, B, and then heading back down for another correction C there. So definitely an extended correction than what we're looking at, probably a few more days than what we're looking at. The other pattern that we could possibly be forming is the flat that we were talking about as well, and that would take us up a little bit further to the top of this channel. So there's 3 or 4 different options that I'm looking at the moment. I can't definitively say any of them at the moment until we get a little bit more data on the charts, unfortunately. The main thing is, for the moment, it looks like 3 out of the 4 of those scenarios put a maximum retrace back to sort of this 40-cent mark, which is above where I bought in anyway. So if we look at any of these waves that can't retrace now back to below this sort of region, there's 3 of those 4 scenarios that are saying at least one more impulsive move up, if not 2. So we've got the top of this channel, top of that channel for the flat, or we just don't touch anything and we just keep going through. They're the 3 up. And the one that is coming down is obviously the forming of a triangle in here. So they're the 4 that I'm looking at the moment. There's probably a few different ones, but once I get a little bit more information, we'll be happy to sort of lock one of those in. I try to just stick with one scenario, the one that I'm going to favour the most. There's no point showing you guys 3 or 4 different things, because then there's no real accountability on my part of, I give you every scenario in the book, you can never be wrong. So, and that doesn't really help anyone. But that's where we're at the moment. So after pumping up to there, I can't see us, there's a 25% chance that we'll retrace back to within this region, back around the 40s. If we do break below that convincingly, then I'll be pretty happy to start calling this a triangle. Then we'd probably get one more bounce up and then back down again. So that's what we're looking at the moment. Bitcoin, if we do some quick analysis on that, just close that one down. Right, you can see our next major resistance level is definitely going to be the top of this peak here. You can see we've got good support all the way along here, a little bit of resistance. So that's almost right on our 10K mark. And if we draw some fib lines in here, you can see, right, hit the top there. We've bounced off here. We've bounced there, bounced there. So look, 10K is definitely a good area of confluence for Bitcoin to reach over the coming days or week. We did get that awesome weekly close, which was just smashingly above this other one here. So that's going to trigger a lot of bots and also give the traders a fair bit of confidence that the price is heading up. So if we do get up around that 10K mark, and this thing hovers around here, if it drops a bit lower, if we get down to this sort of 45.2 mark times by 10K, we're going to be looking around that 45-cent mark, somewhere in here. So if we get to 46,000 sats, we're looking here, 4,600 sats, I should say, or if we get down to 43, then looking somewhere in around this. So we're just going to monitor it over the next couple of days. But at this stage, if you are in XRP, I would definitely just be hanging on to it. If you're not in XRP at the moment, if we break above where we've just gone up to here at 42, if we break convincingly above that, you can buy in, or you can try and catch a bit of the retrace down here. So if you do a fib on that, yeah, so even the thread, even at 40.3 cents, probably wouldn't be a bad entry for 3 out of 4 of those scenarios that we're talking about. Yeah, but there is that risk that we do come back down and form some kind of triangle over the next few days. But again, 1 out of 4 scenarios, you just got to do your sums on that. All right, guys, I'll definitely try and keep you updated. I tried to get this out earlier, but they had the power off at the house again. They're replacing power lines and stuff, so I'll keep you updated. But yeah, looking at if we get no more upward move from here, I'm going to call a triangle. If we get rejected up here after 5 waves with bearish divergence, I think that'll be the end of the ABC. If we get rejected there, then we'll probably have a flat back down. If we start breaking above the top of this with some momentum, and if this is going to be some kind of, you know, third wave, then this thing should have lots of power, enough to smash through any of these, you know, imaginary channels and that kind of thing. So we've just got to see what the strength is going to be over the next couple of days, and we'll just see how they react at these levels. All right, guys, cheers.